Well, that is what we're here for.
This is what we came for. Alright.
All right, what's going on, everyone? We are trimming up 10, 10 cups that we threw yesterday. Um, I think this is the last of a large batch of clay, so we're excited to be done with it. It's been really difficult for us to get in here and try to get work done. We're still running into a lot of hiccups with our auction, and so we're we're just hoping that gets solved up quickly. I forgot to punch through these. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
You can cut the audio if it's loud, and you can adjust the cameras if anybody wants to watch. Out. Well, we will use it until it dies. Potters are good at that. And if anyone wants to know what that was that's a drill press, and I use that to punch into the bottom of my cups, into the feet, and I set the depth of the press to stop at any specified depth from the bottom of the floor of the cup, and keeps uh, that keeps it very systematic when trimming, so I don't have to worry about punching through. Great little technique. Really helped my process early on. All right, which one to start with? Let's start small. Welcome in, everybody. We're trimming up the cups from yesterday. It's been a rough day for us, working on our website, trying to get our auction fixed up. But we really are glad to get this clay done and move on to some new projects. Leela's moderating. Y'all can say hi to her anytime. Porcelain has a great ability to let you just sponge off a lot of different surface elements and just brings it to a really smooth surface. So if you feel like you don't like any of the marks on the surface, it's very easy to sponge off. Difficult in a lot of other areas, but that's a plus. Also, the drier you trim the piece, the better.
Already on the next cup. Wow. We just got another subscriber. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome, y'all.
Our first friend was watching from Indonesia.
Welcome in from Indonesia. I don't know if the mic is gonna do well around my neck if we'll try that. Might need to adjust it up if it's too low. now I'm trimming the foot of a cup to reveal. It's almost like the foot is almost like a pedestal, and there's an infinite amount of possibilities to what you can do to cause it to interact with the vessel itself or the cup itself. So here you can see how the spirals run from the rim all the way up to the foot of the cup, which is the bottom. The cup's upside down, and I like that. When I was throwing, I moved all the way down the piece to create those spirals. But now I'm finding that I want a break in the foot. So just by cutting in a line, and I can determine how much I want to cut in to see how bold I want that foot to stand away from the cup, without trying to be too distracting. Like that. But yeah, I really think the feet or this foot of any vessel is almost as important as the vessel.
When you finish, will you show them what you signed?
So I'll use a needle tool to inscribe my initials, KJO. And when you sign clay, it displaces whatever the needle marks into it, pushes it out. And if you tried to do anything to it right now, it would just take all those little crumbs and put them back in to the signature. And so to keep it crisp, I'll actually bisque fire it just like that, and then after it's bisque fired, I'll use like a little Dremel sander and just hit it really quick, and it just creates a really nice signature. You know, a lot of potters, they use stamps, and there's a lot of different ways to mark your pieces, and but I've always hand signed them. I think one point in my working with clay, I used
Stamp?
a stamp. I hand carved a
What
little
was it?
KOK stamp, and
Okay.
KOK, and
Or karaoke.
yeah. But I only used that for a short time.
Was that in school or out of school?
Yeah, that was in school, and only at one of the 3 schools. Alright, so this right here has a lot of clay in
I
it.
got you on the main camera now.
This one right here has a lot of clay in it, and so I could do a lot to this to because it's really doesn't have a lot of definition, so I can try to bring that out to match what's going on down here. When you throw a piece, you have a lot of freedom because you can just move however you want to. When you trim a thrown piece, then you've created your problem, and so once it's thrown, you have to find a foot that fits the form of what's thrown. Usually the first thing I'll do is I'll clean it up. I used to call it creating my canvas. So anything that wobbles must be cut off. And that'll give you everything that needs to go in order to be centrifugal, centered. What word am I looking for, Leela?
Centripetal?
What is it?
Centripetal is the forces the spinning.
No, it's cylindrical.
Yeah. Cylindrical to create the cylinder.
So this will be what I work with. I'm pretty certain this right here may be so this almost has a cone shape. So I'll use my fingers for calipers, and the floor of the piece continues up almost like that. So I'll have to be careful, but we'll see if we can't bring that out. And then everything on the inside, you just carve it out, kind of bring the weight down.
You want to introduce yourself to your friends or welcome friends?
Yeah, my name is Kevin. I've been working in clay for about 20 years. I did take a big time off in the middle. I was working on a body of work. I had about 5 pieces that I was working on to go out to New Orleans to be in a show, and I put all my eggs in one basket, and it did not work in my favor, and I had to go get a job. And but I've been working in clay for a while, and I think our last go at it started about 7 years ago, and so we're just now making a big stab to get out there, get out here.
Go online. Pretty.
come back later and clean the rim up. So I was thinking today about um, people using cups and vessels to eat and to drink off of, and I go, is there any other creature that makes a device to eat or drink? Like we could walk up to any water source and drink, right? But we go so far as to say, no, I want to make a cup to drink out of. And I was trying to think of any other creature that that actually makes something, and I wouldn't say like that would utilize something like drops of liquid pooling on a leaf, but
Yeah, like I know
actually
chimpanzees or monkeys use reeds to stick them into ant hills
to pull the ants out.
and eat the ants.
So it's
Yeah.
like a tool. They make a tool.
But that would be like to utilize it rather than to create it.
Yeah. But I didn't know. I mean, I certainly don't know
And then
all of
someone
them
out
out
there
there.
knows what animals make tools, make plans with tools. I feel like in the back of my mind that an elephant used something to get something done on some video somewhere.
Well, was it an elephant?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know if that helps.
Yeah.
On some video somewhere.
Right. I would need to research that for sure.
Alright, so this one here, I like the spiral coming up. I want a foot on it. I'm seeing this shadow emerge. And so I did this recently and it looked really nice. And it's just putting a small shadow right there. Make sure it's flat. Maybe bring this in.
That's interesting. Is that on another one of your trimmed cups or something that's been glazed?
No, it's on a recent piece right over there, and I saw it emerging on this one. So if I see a cup wanting to try something or wanting to be something, I will often try to facilitate that with a little bit of a lift. Alright, clean it out. These usually hold very ergonomically. They feel good in the hand. You can usually have a really loose hold and it's very stable, very comfortable. Your fingers always have somewhere to land. Alright, moving through them. 4 down, 6 more to go.
You said 6 more to go?
Yep.
I don't know why, but I'm looking forward to this one taking shape. It's almost like the body is so prescribed, like so defined, that it's like, oh, I wonder how the foot's gonna end up. I'm gonna go in and use the restroom.
Alright.
It seems like we have new people speaking.
Oh,
Freedom
I
of
didn't think
friends.
about clay going in my sandals.
Oh.
I'm like, what is that in my?
Is it ticklish?
He's got a new sandal. No, it's just like it's there.
There.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Kick it out.
Okay.
Welcome in, everybody. My name is Kevin. Leela is off to a restroom break. Our moderator. Y'all could leave her some nice comments for when she gets back. She's a super feeler. She'll swoon. We make right now cups. We have a new startup. A lot of this is new for us. Starting up, I've been making cups for a company out of Boston, Top Drawer. You can find them at Top Drawer Shop. But we've been making them for them for quite a while, and we wanted to kind of build our own message and our own brand and share what we see in these. And so we're just getting started by opening up this live stream and just letting people watch, ask questions, and then slowly just start learning how to share. This is all new to us. We make each piece unique, individual, and so every cup comes out with a completely different expression. And I've made thousands of these things, and I'll say they're all they're all very close. They're all close together, very similar, few inches tall, few inches wide, and yet they all are completely different. And I do that by creating a system of creating variation within every step of the way. So every piece I throw different. Every time I trim a cup, I trim it according to the form, and so it all comes out different. Every time I sit down to glaze, I have different glaze piled all the time, adding in new glazes. Each cup usually takes on about 4 glazes. And so once you put that together, every time you pull these out of the kiln, they just have their own look, their own expression. And we just find a lot of value in that. We see people the same way. And so we think that if you give it time, you'll find yours. You'll find one that kind of resonates with who you are. And we find that to be pretty cool. Oops. We have a website, the same name. You can go to kevinjohnokeefe.com or throwwiththeflow.com. And right now we have an auction. It's a new auction, so everything's pretty inexpensive right now as we're just learning and building it up. Chloe.
How's it going? No new comments. That's an interesting cup. Got lots of wobbles.
Little wobble.
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. Alright. There was a little bit of thunder, so Chloe decided she wanted to go with me.
trying to beat this rain.
Right?
Chloe, what'd you do? Alright, let's see.
Dang. That is some serious rain. Come on.
Three more.
Thank you for welcome.
What's up?
I said, welcome, friends.
Welcome in, y'all. Leela's watching my monitor. My name is Kevin, and we have Chloe here with us because she's afraid of the weather.
I don't think she's in the camera. She's just outside.
She's just sitting there. Huh, Chloe? Come say hi. Come up. She says no. I'm hyper focused on the thunder. Maybe another time. But yeah, welcome in, y'all. We're just trimming up some cups that we threw yesterday. We make these little cups. Each piece is different, and each of them created to be unique, to embody our message, which is that we are unique. Since these are vessels and we are vessels, and yeah, it's that simple. I make personalities out of clay. Right now I'm focusing in on this because I want to get this done before the rain kicks in, so feel free to hang out and watch. If you got questions, feel free to ask.
The signature's upside down. There we go. Now I see it. K-J-O. Pretty. Lots of detail there.
Yeah, it's wild when you have something you want to say, but you haven't figured out the words to use. And when you're in a process like this, you have to think about the process. And so until I can ingrain the words that I want to say while I work, then I won't actually be able to think about it and talk about it while I work. Which is sad because I really enjoy getting into the, that flow of thought. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into flows of thought while working on pottery. See, I'm in it now, but I have to stop working.
Right. It's kind of like one or the other.
So it's like, will I be able to do both at some point? This foot is really big.
This foot is really what? Thick?
It's really large. I would love to cut into this, but I don't know how well this porcelain's going to cut.
You want to cut into the inside or the outside?
Into the foot. I'm going to try. We'll try it.
Oh, like hollow it out.
Yeah. Like if I make a mark here.
So your risk is that you could cut through it.
Yeah. Okay.
like a rock canyon.
All right, last one. This was the cup that I threw last after I had all the wet clay slop. So I was surprised we actually got something out of it, but let's see what we can do to clean it up.
That is very satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep this one kind of rugged. All right, that does it. Feels good to finish those.
Amazing.
Chloe, you ready to go inside? You got clay all over you now. But anyways, thank you all for being here. Like I said, there's a new startup. Leland and I are just kicking off our, let's say, selling art. We're offering work at our own website, and we're using live streams to share the message behind it and share what we make. So thank you all for being here. If you enjoy it, come back and stop in. Help us build this chat room up. I know it's a bit quiet right now, but we'll get into some fun stuff soon. Fingers crossed. So anyways, thank you all for being here. Take care. Get this